Welcome to the Grand Tour of Varcan. Varcan, once a desolate and empty wasteland, now a thriving continent, comprised of 5 major nations. The central nation of Rivenside, the imperial nation of Britania to the northeast, the eastern nation of Takeshi, the Unionist nation of Valor, and finally the mercenary nation of Cresent Peak to the southeast. The journey of our grand tour begins on the small and yet humble Spawn Island.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Grand Tour of Varcan. I'm here with Sam Knight, also known as Sam, and Thomas, also known as Tom. Today we're going to be doing a quick tour of the Spawn Island to start off what is going to be the long video of the Great Varcan Tour. Alright, would you guys like to do a bit of a lead from here?
Sure, come with me. So this is the Spawn Island, untouched from when we spawned in this world over a year ago. With the boat here, made by me, where everyone spawns in and they can collect some bread, a pickaxe and a sword.
Very nice.
To start playing. And then if we come through here, well, first we have this sign that points people in the right direction.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, and then we have all these lights. Down here is the train station that was never finished.
We have the subway. Go straight to
through the world.
Straight to
Riven City, the capital.
Yeah.
Listen, the entrance isn't completed yet, but supposedly next year.
And then up here, if you can do the parkour, you head for a cave on a scary adventure.
Okay.
So if you make your way through the cave, you'll reach this villager, the Face Stealer, which allows you to buy anyone on the server's head for a price. We'll touch on the money later, but it's pretty hard to come by.
It also has my head for some reason.
Okay.
Now if we go this way.
What'd you say?
This way.
Yeah. Now if we continue this way, you'll see the bridge to Riven City. But before we head over there, let's head up the mountain.
Because you deal with the skeleton, it's ruining the viewer experience, you know.
Sorry, got it.
This is my castle on Spawn Mountain. Made out of stone bricks and warped wood. There's absolutely nothing here. But my little garden.
Got some nice interior design though.
My little garden.
Now, you got a nice view of what is to come.
Yeah.
The extra expansions.
Rivenside, the largest and most expansive country, comprised of 5 major provinces: Volkhov, Iden, Nulbrook, Bort, and finally the largest and most influential of the 5, Riven City, which is the next location on our grand tour. Riven City is so large it can be further divided into 4 districts: Riven Central, the Poor Town, Ivoria, and Redside.
Hello guys, and welcome to the second section of the video. And now I'm going to be touring the whole of Riven City with Sam and Tom, seen in the previous section. So let's just get straight into this.
Right. Yeah, so this is the world famous Rivenside Bridge. I think it was the longest stretch of road on the server. Oh, he's gone. Well, it was until main road took a title. But this is how you come to the server. And you entrance. You come through here. This is the little bay we've got going on. There's not a lot there, but we do plan for
It's for future
some slums down
expansion.
there. Future expansion of the slums, yeah. We'll get onto the slums in a sec. We should go over here. And as you can see in the distance, it goes straight to the castle. Rivenside Castle. Which was one of the... I think it was one of the first buildings. Like, in the proper area over here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we should start with the castle, right?
Yeah, we'll go
Sure.
ahead. We'll start with the castle.
So this is the castle. This is nice little gardens we got going on. Still incomplete, to be honest.
Castle courtyard.
Yeah. The interior is still not complete. We have Tom's job board that used to give out jobs to people.
Yeah, lots of money made in this room.
Yeah, probably Shaz. Whose dog's that? This is the Grand Throne Room with King Alance, the King of Rivenside.
Yep.
It is unknown where King Alance came from, but we accepted him as the king.
I see.
Yeah. We have a grand banquet hall, but there's no banquets going on in there. As you can see. There's plenty of little twisty-turny corridors in this castle, and it'd probably take too long to find all the ways. This is meant to be like some like other hall for events and stuff. You could have them dancing in there. If you come up this way, you come to the king's apartments and stuff like that. Yeah, this is it. And they have like a little library up here to read all their favourite books. They can come out on the front on the balcony and give speeches to the people, to the masses.
Oh. Alright.
You can look down upon the courtyard and view the kingdom. A little another entrance. There's loads of paintings in this castle that have secrets behind them, like this one. This one's just, I don't know who lives here, but it's someone's cat. And they have a nice little window to look out.
Oh. Very nice.
Yeah, I don't think it's my cat. Oh. Yeah. This way is the tower, to the top of the east tower. And here is where we get one of the best views in the city, of all around. You know, you get some nice views of the Parliament, the Riverside Parliament. You get to look at. Just jump.
Oh.
Yeah, you get to see the Port Town area. Nice bit of courtyard. Nice bit of the cathedral on the left or the right. Yeah, the original site for the original settlement was like around right here. But we had to demolish it just to build this wall, so it's no longer here anymore. There are some remnants still in the ground, and the Nether portal has remained unchanged, so that's nice.
Yeah.
We should go back this way. Yeah, each of these little trapdoors is a little way down to the slums, so you can get quick access. Don't know why you'd want to. Oh, actually, yeah, we should show my house. This is my new house in the town. So it's quite luxurious actually. We have a nice little everything room. You can do everything. Have a nice little yeah.
Cult room.
Yeah, everyone needs it. I have the most sophisticated upstairs and bedroom in the whole server. No one gets better than this. Hey, that's what my spawn is. Yeah, and there is a secret basement that isn't really anything down there though. Apart from a lot of glass.
How do I reach the enchantment table?
There's no enchanting.
You don't.
You don't enchant. Yeah. And as you can see, this is the slums. And it'd probably take a while to show all the slums, so we're just going to show everyone's favourites, like the fight club, where you can bet on people fighting each other in this little tiny cramped arena. People watch you from above in the rafters. Which is quite nice. Coming this way, we have like 4 churches, I believe, in the slums.
Quick little view.
This one's kind of, a lot of these yeah, a lot of these buildings are pretty empty. This one was built by Dogfisher.
The less we say about the better.
Yeah. This is probably like the worst house ever. I don't know why this is here.
We built this.
Me. A lot of the port town was built by me or Jack. This was also built by Jack. Yeah, there's a nice little back door you can get through. Straight into the little river place. You can pop round here and walk this way, and you can get to the library, which is like one of the only places furnished, or the Gary's Bookshop, I think it's called.
It's called Gary's Bookshop, indeed.
Yeah, the books don't have anything, but this is one of the only furnished buildings. Or the old inn. This was furnished, right? Before we used to have the tables and chairs mod. But all the tables and chairs are gone, so it's not as luxurious anymore. Yeah, that was the table. This is the a little watchtower, and underneath is the entrance to a magical cave. Oh, actually, up here we have the little Smuggler's Cove dock kind of thing going on.
Smuggler's
A little
Cove.
boat over there. Yeah. I don't think any transactions have happened here, but you never know. I didn't actually build this, I think.
Yeah, this was built by me. This is the original villager trading area where we used to have down here the string duper, which no longer functions in 21.4, right?
Yep.
Mm.
So these villagers are it's sort of abandoned now, the villagers here. But yeah, it's just, it's a good old bit of remnants from the good old days. It was really the start of the Riven economy.
Yeah. This was Dogfish's original house before he moved out to Takeshi. He kind of took everything, like mined all the chests out, so it looks a bit empty. It was meant to be like a little hole in someone else's house.
Alright.
This is Penguin's first house as well. He was
This is
actually
my
allowed
first
to have
house.
windows. Yeah. You're allowed to have windows back in the day, even though all the other houses in the slums are not allowed actual windows.
No glass windows in the slums.
In the forward glass.
Sam, it's okay. It's only the one. It's only the one window.
No, there's the one on the back.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you got 2. I mean, the ones on the bottom aren't glass, so it's alright. This is what started the slums off right here. No fisherman house. Oh wait, we have to show them the decor. Come upstairs. Look at this decor. Ooh. Look at that decor.
Lovely. Dang.
Yeah,
You could almost
that is.
call it. You could almost call it the first randomly placed blocks on the server.
Yeah, it was the first randomly placed box on the server. You're right. Yeah, this is the alleyway you get shanked in, and then this is the skeleton holes I have that I've been keeping in here for some reason. You can get a back entrance to the brothel, which was probably the first thing built. Don't go down there. It was that wasn't someone's house. This is the cheat rooms down here, just in and out rooms.
No bed.
It's in and out. Upstairs, if you pay a bit more, you get a little bit of a bed. You know,
Oh.
and cramp it. These are kind of the deluxe rooms
Ooh.
with like windows looking out so people can see in. And the best room we offer is the ultra deluxe quadruple bed.
Quadruple bed. Ooh.
Yeah. And of course, you have to get the basement. This is the original villager breeder, I think.
The original two
Yep.
villagers.
The original two
Yeah.
villagers responsible for every villager.
Every villager
In the
comes from
server.
these two. That's pretty weird. I bet they know. Yeah, you used to escape them through a little hatch, right? Okay. This is probably the original, like,
Town square.
central town square. Yeah. I don't know why this is here. Tom really wanted me not to build a house here, so he built this instead. Because I was definitely going to build a house here.
Yeah, you said you could
Yeah.
fit a house in this area, no
I
chance.
could. Oh, I built a church here, like a little chapel,
Oh,
right in
but
front of
the
this
Trevulock
Trevulock
tree.
house. The Trevulock house.
It's a Trevulock house. The
Yeah.
Trevulock tree.
This was Jack. Actually, this was Jack's original house, but he never furnished the inside.
No, you
Nope.
didn't.
He decided to leave a hole in the ground. You can't even get to the upstairs.
It's
so-
also the one, yeah, it's also the one that's got the upstairs is inaccessible.
Yeah. This is Tom's house here.
Yeah,
Tom's little
the
beach
oldest
house.
building in the
Still
server.
standing. Yeah.
Come in, guys.
Oh.
Oops.
Ornstein.
As you can see, very humble home. Upstairs, a bedroom that rivals Sam's. Got my Zuko.
Zuko plush.
And then downstairs, we have everything. First, we have the prison.
Holding Sam.
I don't think I've ever
I
been locked.
originally made this prison to steal Sam's dog a year ago.
Whoa.
Then I have my enchanting room. And then my Steve. Some chests. And then finally my nightclub, which is I've never seen more than 2 people in this nightclub.
Oh, no,
Wow.
you made it free.
Yeah.
Nice guy. He sells bows and arrows.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
How come he's mastered? Like,
Because I was using him to sell my string. Okay, we can leave this house now. And then here we have the original town hall built by Banana. Got my cat. Got a picture of my favorite people.
Yeah.
And then we have the job board, which has not been looked at
original.
for a year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only some of these have been ticked off.
Some of them still haven't.
I'd say at least half of them are done. It's fine, we've got the new one anyway.
Mm.
And then, yeah, I'll pass it back to Sammy. He can talk about his house.
Oh, this is my house. I was trying to make it so it had no glass as well. because I didn't have any sand at the time. My house is kind of empty now because I stripped it when I moved to a new house. But this was my original. Actually, my original bedroom was bigger than my bedroom now, which is kind of weird. But someone put this hole in my room. And I don't know who it was.
It was Jack probably trying to get your anvils that you kept on hiding in your house.
It's pretty recent. I added a little basement that was meant to look like a boat. Apparently, someone broke the water recently because this wasn't here before. I don't know why. You were also suspended on a lot of trapdoors, which I thought was interesting, even though it looks pretty terrible now. My original dog used to sit here for like a year until someone put him in water or something, and then he came in. My mine in here. The first blast furnace on the server.
Ooh, that's history right there.
Yeah. Up here is where we put the actually original villager trading things for the books. Now
Yeah.
the only ones that are left seem to be zombies. Oh, this one's still going. Sweeping edge free. This one's a zombie. This one's a zombie. Yeah. It's pretty sad. Oh yeah, the Tom made a little tiny sewer system. Very interesting. Wouldn't recommend though.
We can take a look or not?
Yeah, this was gonna be my big project, but I gave up very quickly.
Just a little house.
Yep, someone living in there. And that's it.
It's very ambitious. We should go to Banana's house in the water.
Just to finish off the poor section.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Banana's house wasn't originally like a rock in the water. I just covered it with stone because it was pretty ugly.
Sniffer in here.
Yeah, Banana seems to love collecting like every animal. And they were gonna build like a place to keep them all down here. Oh, that's paintings. They renovated quite recently and added a lot of questionable stuff. You know, in the Banana style. What's at the end of this very long corridor?
Just some wheat, probably.
Yeah,
Right.
that's Banana's farm. Yeah. Will they finish the corridor? Who knows? Okay, this is an iconic build because this is the first one. This is what kicked off the rich buildings, the rich area, so to speak. That's why it's called First Street, I imagine. This was to cover up Jacob's house. Well, his abomination of a house that he built. Actually, you can go in and see for yourself. It's more like a facade to cover up his house.
Are we going to take a little quick tour of the interior as well? Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, he deserves it.
As you can see, the roof is made of sand, so it might fall at any second. Yeah, and he had a secret little piston.
Here we have the famous Milky Max's room.
Yeah.
I must say that Milky Max's texturing is absolutely immaculable.
Thank you.
Here we have Milky's big chest room, which was unfortunately left unfinished.
I thought it was finished.
Didn't even start.
Yeah, Jacob was obsessed with making like secret rooms. So he built a corridor of secret rooms pulling off it in each one. But a lot of them don't work anymore, or never worked to begin with. Yeah, so then after we built this, I decided to build the stairs, which originally went straight to the church, like it lined up properly, but the church that Jack was building, or Dogfisher, he demolished it and then rebuilt another one right next to it. So the stairs no longer align. So now we have to just live with that. A little bit of a quirk. Yes, this is Jack's Cathedral. Central Cathedral of the Church of Jacobus. That's what it says. And as you can see, there's plenty of seating to suit all the people on the server.
Everyone is
All
having
the
to fit in this
space.
room.
They could fit in the room, but I don't know if they could fit on the benches.
I reckon they could.
This is probably the time to explain that we have a Bible.
Oh yeah. I'll do a quick section now where I go through all the pages and I'll like put it. You can pause if you want to see it. Okay, well, if you paused and read through that, you know, good on you. Enjoy that. Okay, we're gonna continue.
Yeah. Okay, so there's plenty of houses around here, all unique, all have interiors. They're all pretty nice furnished. Some of them are homes, some of them are like places of work, offices. This building here was originally meant for just the Riven Metro, but it's actually just part of the courthouse now, which is this building here. Fun fact, the courthouse, the front is over here, was based off the Seoul Embassy, well, not Seoul Embassy, the South Korean Embassy in Valletta. So, although completely different colours, so probably wouldn't even be like that. This is where I think 2 court battles
No
have happened.
way! Oh my god.
Oh,
I just had this door slammed in my face twice in a row.
oh no. Yeah, we've had loads of court battles here, like 1.
No, we had 2, I think.
Oh, weird one. Weird one when you weren't here, son.
Oh, then 2. There's plenty of room. He was upstairs for like the viewing gallery and that. And usually the jury would come in here to deliberate what they were doing. And they could also look at the prisoners down there. This building here was meant to be the original embassy for like Takeshi.
Foreign
But
affairs.
yeah, foreign affairs and stuff. We used to have like a little peace room at the back, peace garden, with like a nice table, but the table is no longer here. And a few of the animals did escape. So now it's just a bit empty. If we come this way, we can get onto the original bamboo farm, which is, oh, it's been cleared, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone now.
This is work in progress. We're gonna fill this with some nice apartments, probably. This is the chip shop on the corner. Well, this is probably the the first custom food on the server. That's just the pizza place. Buy some fish and chips. Yeah, this is the little town square where you get sentenced to death. I think only a chicken has died here, though.
No, Banana fell in that one time.
Oh yeah, Banana has died here. And when they're awaiting the execution, they wait in this building here. And this is the people who carry out the executions. This is their office. Very furnished. The head guy sits here. And he has a nice computer. This is the Dandelion Hotel, furnished by Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to give a quick tour?
Yeah, so this is my hotel, which I don't think anyone's ever used, but this is the cheapest room in the single. Very nice. And then we have the double rooms. Very nice. And then up here we have the Lord Suite, which is actually reserved. Lots of space to study and write. And then we have the King Suite, which has been reserved by Shaz, my vice. Very nice, very open, lots of space for activity. But yeah, this is one of the first shop villages on the server where you can choose money to buy stuff. I don't know if anyone's ever used them.
We should probably go on to the courthouse, which is located right here. It was built by Tom again.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my courthouse. I wanted it to be a bit scary looking with the black stone and the stone. This is the main courtroom. Spent the longest time on the ceiling.
Yeah.
It's a very nice ceiling.
And yeah, lot has happened here.
Lots of people have been assassinated in here.
Yep.
There's a nice little meeting room she had.
Yeah, and then through here is like the small claims court, which has not been finished yet. And in the back, we just have meeting rooms. And then down these stairs is where the holding cells are. It's normally all locked up, but no one's being held, so didn't really bother. But yeah, this is the control room. And then we have all the cells here where we can let people out and then they'll walk around. They'll come here. And then we can open and close that trapdoor which lets them enter the court. Too much effort for someone that's never been used.
Oh, it's been used once.
Yeah.
It's been used twice, hasn't it?
Actually, yeah, for you and Chaz.
Yeah, so let's go down this street again. This is Law Street. It's by the courthouse. This part in here is meant to be was going to be a graveyard. Now it's going to be, I think, nice dining, tables and chairs kind of vibe. There's a little restaurant here, and there's going to be another restaurant here. Over here is where we started to make bigger roads, and the roads got wider. So the buildings got a bit bigger too. This is probably one of the first custom things. The record shop.
Yeah, we have a little cafe downstairs to listen to music, and upstairs is where you buy the records.
We've got a lot of banners that look like albums
Yep.
as well. Yeah, this is the guy that's kicked off the flower thing. The currency.
The currency where you could sell deep slate and tough and calcite for money, and in exchange you could also buy it back.
Yeah. And this is we can also buy it ourselves because we are lazy and we don't want to do that. But the currency is basically printed by us, so we control the currency in the Rivenside government. Just more houses here. This is a nice clothes shop.
Joe should take it to our Chicken Man's office.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Chicken Man, the state lawyer's office. So now with his favourite place in the background to steal from. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be a restaurant on the side. This is a clothes shop with the latest trends on the outside. But yeah, for
Yeah,
some
you can.
reason we only have one collection.
You can buy the Rivenside outfit. Everyone's wearing this.
It's
So
true. I've seen a
goofy.
lot of work. Just more space upstairs. Across the street, you have like a gear shop where they can sell lots of different gears and stuff. We have this massive apartment building right on top of a bridge that connects it. So there's entrances right there, and it's 3 floors of every single individual apartment. This is a bookshop here. It's quite nice. You can get your books. There's an upstairs. Even more books up here. Yeah, we have a house down here with a lot of animals for some reason.
Yeah, this is Sabby's house.
Very pink theme.
She collected all the heads and got the special one.
Ooh, the Togepi.
Yeah. Here's my dog. Here's my cat.
Yeah. Next door we have a pizza thing and this place and
Take a quick look.
you can buy pizzas. Upstairs a few apartments that get access through a little tiny alleyway. And over here we have it's gonna be the Rivenside College for learning. This part is kind of a work in progress, bit of a construction site. This is going to be the Knights Templar building, an offshoot religious organization of the church. This is going to be a Weatherspoons, and upstairs is like 7 floors of student accommodation. So it's, students taking all the rooms. Every room is furnished up there. This is going to be a lot of offices, and this is meant to be a newspaper office on the corner. This is a little shrine to the god down in here in the little crypt. There was an eternal flame that used to be here. But I don't know what happened to it. It's gone now. So that's pretty sad. Yeah. This massive space here, I think, is going to be the museum. But we shall see in a year's time. This is one of the buildings built by Shaz in Rivenside. Quite nice. Not inside yet though. These buildings are all quite empty and quite tall. This is supposed to be a spa, and that is just another apartment building over there. This is the metro system that runs straight into the hill. And all this is kind of flattened land because there used to be like big hills here.
All done by the handiwork of Shaz.
Yeah, Shaz did mine, or basically all the hills here. Because Rivenside is on just a massive hill.
I think we should go from the other side, Sam. I think we should go through the castle.
Yeah, we were gonna do that. Yeah, so back through the castle courtyard, you can see the train station poking above the wall. We can enter it through both sides, but we'll choose this side. Over there, actually, is Abe's logging cabin.
Yeah. One of the best
Which was-
views on the server.
Yeah, very well textured through. That took him a while. We have canals and stuff there. And this is the train station, which was the only like train station after it was built because Camelot demolished theirs.
The oldest standing train station. Yeah.
Yeah, oldest standing train station.
With
Got a
the
nice little
custom
train.
train maps that Tom has made.
What
Yeah.
about Camelot Village?
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
No,
maybe.
this one's fun. Camelot Village ain't even on the map. Like, they're color coordinated now, all the lines, so you know where you're going. And there is an upstairs to the train station, but it's a bit off limits. No one's been up there in years. From here, though, you can get to any destination in the world. You can get to the likes of Iden, Nulbrook, and yeah, Redside, New London. Pretty much all the places you want to go.
Okay.
Where else would you want to go? Now this is, you come out of the train station. The first thing you see on the left is was meant to be the library, central library. And in the back of the library is the original storage system that we used. Yeah, the redstone and that was done by Abe, and then I put some bits of decoration down.
I don't know what else I can add, it's just a storage system.
But you have to show it to be where it's all started. You Snort. Yeah, it never really worked that well, to be fair.
I just feel like people weren't using it enough. You just dump stuff in random chests wherever you're working.
Yeah, that's true. People need to use it for that. Yeah, so that's that. The library used to hold a lot of villages before we moved them to Redside. And this is the bank, the central bank, which might undergo renovations soon. This is where you can exchange for different denominations. So you can like increase, you can go from Skir to Fleur. Or you can even pay your taxes on this one. As well as a nice little tax collection point. Hopefully.
Okay.
If you go through here, it's where you can get a back access. You can go upstairs. The upstairs is pretty empty. It's meant to be like the offices of the money people. You get a nice view though of the Parliament from here.
Ooh. You know, a little tease of what's coming up.
Yeah. The vault is over here. Oh, it's not even closed. Yeah, so you come in here and you open it. And you can get straight into
Redstone
the
done by
vault.
yours truly.
They're very compact. We don't really have anything in here. We have saddles, but you can craft them soon, so. We have like rare books. And some of them. Oh, this one has a lot of the original fleurs that were books. And this one.
Oh.
Yeah. We definitely were gonna store more, but we didn't really end up using it that much. You can press this button, the secret, and it takes you straight down to the storage.
system.
Yeah. It's like another way in. That was meant to be the official way in, but we made it easier around the back of the library. Yeah, these two buildings were built in about the same day. Just because me and Tom were having a race to see who could build it quickest, but mine was probably easier to build, that's why I won. Yeah. Okay, this is the Central Plaza, which was a pretty recent addition. This is where people can come to protest or leave their demands in the middle. The water's got nice little tropical fish, nice bit of overgrowth. Got the flag in the water. And then we come on to the Parliament, which is probably the biggest building on the server. Got nice little statues on the side. You come in here to the foyer. This is probably the grandest room we have. Foyer room. You can see there's a nice little skylight in the ceiling. This room was meant to be like a flex to people. So that is why we added netherite blocks in the corners. And respawn anchors for some reason. Yeah. So let's go to the left. Here we have different offices for different regions of Rivenside. Or like affiliated regions. This is the Bort office in here. Yeah, very Borty. You'll see Bort later on, but this is a map of it here. Says who's mayor. Here we have the Volkhov office, which Thrifty is the mayor of right now. The map's probably a bit outdated, to be fair. But then again, not much changes in Volkhov. Upstairs again, we have the most important officers. Iden is famous for wheat. Got big wheat fields on the map. That's literally all they have going for them. The Nulbrook office. Now Nulbrook, before we see it, is like probably the most influential region of the server. It's impacted more than any other region has. And whatever happens in Nulbrook affects the rest of us, so that's why we thought to give them the most impressive office. Perfectly encapsulates the Nulbrook vibes.
Yeah.
They even have quick access with questionable taste. And then we move on to the top, which is the Riven City, or Riven City, depending on who you are. Offices. With a massive map on the wall. Nice little skylight. Yeah. This is the little receptionist we have here. Straight into the mayor office, which at the moment is me. So this is my office currently. We have a nice little chair, jukebox, so we can play songs.
Oh,
I want to get copyrighted, guys. This is the one of one goat horn, which is a bit. Oh, okay. I'll play. I'll do a little teaser for you. Well,
Okay.
this is the original dog that was in my house. I managed to find it and I moved it here, put some armor on it. This is the Riven fit here, the Riven general fit, in case of time of war. Nice little smaller map, and my
Energy
netherite
storage
hoe.
station.
Get a nice view.
Only the
So the people come.
essentials then.
Yeah, only the essential. Get a nice view to the people coming in, and you can look across to the Prime Minister's office, so you can wave and play rock paper scissors. This is an Ivoria sub office. Tiny bit going on in there.
Yeah, nothing worth talking about. Just got the map of Ivoria on the wall.
Quite an impressive feat in its own, Ivoria is.
Yep, thank you. And here we have the Redside office.
The rest had my office with my workshop at the back. Do you wanna press the button?
Wow.
Yeah, that is impressive. It's got a bit of mold though. He needs to do a bit of sprinkling.
Yeah, it needs a bit of sprucing up, you know.
Up here, we can get a nice little bit of roof access onto the parliament. We can see down into the offices, down into the main lobby, which is quite cool. The statue at the front, which is meant to be a dragon or something. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Isn't it a person on a horse?
It's a person on a dragon or something. Like a Pegasus or something. If we come through this side, we'll come to the Prime Minister's side of it, which is his little private apartment.
Yeah, my little chill out area.
Chill out area.
Have my bed if I need a nap. And then downstairs is my actual office. Got my posters up, my little cat. My receptionist sits here. And here I have my office. I've got my camel Twitch. The first ever diamond armor on the server, which I'm currently wearing. And then I got my Zuko and my Freddy Fazbear. Got my own map. And that's basically it.
That
Yeah, it's definitely a cool
me.
This is the Vice's office. It's very furnished in here. He's got a desk. That's it. There is actually secret access here as well. You can make your way up there. Me and Abe did it. Which is possible. Speaker's office is down here. Speaker of the Commons. Just usual things. The very top of these stairs is meant to be the round table of nations, which is all the nations, not just Rivenside. This is also where the Nether Portal comes out. And there's also quick access to the bottom floor down here. Here we have meeting rooms, just to discuss stuff. We have a little room full of junk. We have an archive room over here. Where we keep all the books on stuff. And then we have a little another meeting room. Then we have all the flags of the Rivenside constituents on the wall as you walk straight into the main chamber. This way you do a little panoramic shot.
Oh, you want me to do one in 3 cam?
Because you have to appreciate the height of it. There's a nice little frog light ceiling. The reason we got frog lights was for this ceiling. At the moment, the flag is kind of corrupted. I don't know what's going on there. I think this is the Bible again. Oh, this is the speaker's chair up here, yeah. There's also some lever to turn off the beacon. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there's a nice little gallery up there as well. People to stand and watch if they're not participating in the debate. which you can walk up these stairs to get there. And you can watch from the side. There's plenty of space, like no one's ever gonna fill this much space. And this is the better bit up here. The high influential people. And I can walk straight back out to the foyer and watch. Come in too. That's pretty much the parliament. There is other little nooks and stuff, but that's the main bit of it. Right now, next door there's going to be the People's Palace or the White House or something like that, where the Prime Minister will live and carry out his duties.
Alright, do you wanna just sum up this section in the plaza? Just say we've had
Sure.
like enough coverage of Rivenside, and then we'll go to
Yeah.
its, substituent parts.
Yeah, wherever Tom is.
Alright,
Just chilling over
guys.
there.
Oh, he's just over there. Thanks for, watching this bit. It was pretty long, the whole touring hall of Rivenside. Well, Riven
Luckily, we
City.
skipped most of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll skip on to the next part now. Hello guys, we've cut back into the section now, and I'm gonna give you a quick tour of my area, Redside, in Riven City. Okay, so we're gonna start the tour from outside the Penguins Inc. building, which takes inspiration from Liverpool's Tate Museum and Gallery.
That's it?
Yeah.
It does. On the docks, looks like it.
Okay. I reckon this is a good place to start with the gallery. And it's mainly the main attraction other than for materials in Redside. So I'm just going to cut to a section where we quietly view the pieces, and we can have a bit of commentary in the background on what they are.
No. We need a song.
It's fine, I'll play one over the background. Do anyone want to commentary?
I love this piece because it is an accurate representation of Rivenside.
Definitely
It's
not
not out of
accurate.
date.
Oh, yeah,
No,
well,
where's Skyrim?
the artist did paint it a while ago.
Where's Skyrim?
Not even there.
Here we have Early Days, taken by Thomas. And this is of the first two houses, Sam and Tom's house, on the beach, before the whole of the slums was erected.
Yep, really makes me feel warm, this painting.
This is a more recent picture of the exact same shot as the other one that is taken in, but with the whole of Riven City erected in the background. This one was done by Penguin and it's called Riven Sunset.
Wow, the blue hue really makes me feel at home.
Here we have Spawn View by Sam Knight.
Oh, this one sucks.
This is my rendition.
Very familiar view.
This one sucks.
As seen at the start of the video.
I was more focused on the bridge.
The bridge is amazing. Maybe if we cut it here.
Here we have Night Gallery by Penguin, which is the picture of this building before the front of buildings was built in front of it, or facing it. Here we have the Three Graces, which include the Parliament, the train station, and the castle, taken by Sam Knight. We're going to quickly take a quick step over here to check out this sculpture piece by Chicken Man called Life.
He's probably got a really good explanation for it.
He did. Me and Thrifty quizzed him on every single blog.
Over here we have a couple more sculptures that are currently still unnamed, but they just contain artistic taste.
This is a modern tree.
And facing it we have the Three Rivals by Sam Knight.
Yeah, that's just when we were doing our rivalry. Rivalry? Rivalry.
This painting is called Bort Knights by Sam Knight, and it depicts the town of Bort.
Yeah, a new day is rising.
And this one is The Last Bort Supper, taken by Gabon, which depicts all members of Bort in front
Even
of
Tom's in
its
the background.
landscape.
Even me.
Yeah, you're in the background,
I'm not a member of Bort.
but you're in there.
It's called the last Bort Supper because this was the last time, like, there was peace in Bort.
Here we have the best, and people would argue the most interesting piece in the art gallery, by the name of Cryptic Message. Who knows what this could mean?
It was found in Britania, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Surely Britania should own the piece then.
Nah, but we steal a lot.
This is what I would say one of the best paintings in the whole server that's been added in, which is 5 winners.
You can make it that way you are.
Yeah.
There is 6 of us.
Here we have some smaller paintings. Bamboo Fortress, which depicts the first little encampment in which was
settlement.
made on the server.
That is inside the castle courtyard now.
We have the Frozen Frogs picture taken by Thomas of me taking all, I believe, 15 frogs in the ice biome back into what I put them in the frog light farm. And then we have Outer Rivals portraits, which depicts me, Sam, and BB Def. We have the Church of Jacobus by Tom, which depicts 2 loyal disciples being
Indoctrinated
into the church. And then we have art by Thomas. Would you like to explain this piece?
It's really a commentary on how much value we hold to material things like gold.
I see. Yeah, it's very very artistic.
There'll be a 2-hour-long video explaining the meaning if anyone's interested.
Oh, it's good we have the artist with us.
It'll be up on my Rumble account.
Here we have Duality by Penguin, which
It's also a bit dark over here.
Oh, give me a second. Which depicts the auto-crafted auto-crafter and the auto-crafted auto-crafter crafter.
Wow.
Okay.
I might need to take a breather after that one.
There's a second floor which has a couple of sculptures on it. Yet some of them are still unnamed. Here we have the most interesting thing in Nulbrook by Thomas.
Wow. Even the freestone blocks here, they really add a lot.
Yeah.
They really had the depth, you know. It was missing.
Well, here's the start. The start is long and it drags on. And then when you reach your peak, you have an explosion of creativity and colour. But it's not all good. The wither represents that it's not all good.
Oh.
We have Never Stay Never by Thomas.
Say.
Sorry, my bad. Never Say Never.
Yeah, this one doesn't mean anything. This was just a scam. I just scammed the gallery.
Yeah,
this one is a piece by Sabby, which is currently unnamed, found within the walled city of Rothle, or what used to be. This piece here is called Haha, No Trident Abe by Theo. And it depicts a sponge in which soaks up the water and, you know.
Oh yeah, did you like what I did with the walls?
Yeah, very nice. Then we have Vaporeon in a jar. Pretty self-explanatory. Okay.
Space for more.
Yeah, there's a bit more space for a few more pieces, but that's going to conclude the tour of the gallery. Which is going to lead us on to our next building here, which is the factory with the furnace. This build currently contains the super smelter inside it.
Does it work?
Yep. There's a lot of
Yeah,
shit
now
in
we can see all the underworkings.
And
There's
it
also-
also contains all of the infinite lava sources. Okay, now we're getting into the bare bones and contraptions of
This is what
Redside.
makes everything run.
Starting with the emerald beacon. And the bamboo farm here. I get a shot from the side. The bamboo farm. Do you reckon I set it off? Nah, let's not do that. Redside's got its own sorting system in it. As well as having its very own villager breeder over here.
I added the little dome.
If we continue over here, we have the wool block machine. And we have the cobblestone gen, the automatic cobblestone gen.
Does it still work?
Shortly. Yeah. As well as the tree farm there. Don't want to stand back, Tom. You might as well start spitting out stone. Oh, there you go. I missed that jump somehow. Over here we have the honeycomb farm. All the honeycomb. And the sniffer farm. Okay. And the last thing to tour here is the villager trading hall. In here is the biggest villager trading hall on the server. And the main one. I'm gonna get, yay. Okay. And we'll finish it off, as Sam said, with the train station.
You're not showing the underground bit.
Do you want to go into the underground bit? I don't think there's much to show down there, to be fair.
Do they now?
This building is currently still under construction. It's hopefully going to be finished soon. And here is the train station, which leads right back to Riven City Central. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this section. We'll be popping up to the next section now, which I believe should be Ivoria. See you there. Hello guys, welcome back. We are now going to be touring the island of Ivoria, also known as the Recreational Island. I'll let Tom take the lead here, as he was the one who built this island alone and by himself.
About, I don't know, 6 months ago, this was just an ocean. And I wanted to build a museum, but we had absolutely no space over here. So I was like, I'll just build my own island. So I built the perimeter, filled it all with grass, and then, yeah, you guys have to follow the rules. And then slowly over time, I did all the sand, which took ages. But quickly, I gave up on the museum idea and I just turned it into like, I don't know, like a holiday island. But it all started here with Abe's pick a box game, can't remember what it was called, where
What's
people would,
in the
Yeah.
box?
where people would gamble money to pick a box. And then that's where I decided to make this like some kind of gambler's heaven. But over here we have the beach. On the 1-year anniversary, we watched fireworks from this beach. Get a great view of Riven City. The poor people get a great view of paradise. And then, if we continue up here, this is the little restaurant I never finished, which was actually the first building here. We have this little shopping bit. Got Theo's Fudge Shop. And then, this is like the Ivoria Museum. There's nothing in here yet, just a record of events that have happened. And then if we continue this way, we have the parkour, which is pretty popular at one point. There's an easy, medium, hard, and impossible challenge. If you complete the impossible, you get your name on the wall. Or if you're Abe, you get the noob award. But yeah. Downstairs in the parkour, we have the droppers. And then a list of everyone that completed them. Yeah, that's pretty much that for this building.
Oh. My bad.
And then here we have the nightclub, which is probably my favorite building on the island. Which is how interactive it is. All the lights can be controlled, and then you have this music up here, but upstairs is like a shuffle machine that plays music infinitely. If you guys stay down here, I'll turn all the lights on. So yeah, that was the nightclub, where a lot of events have happened on the server. And if we continue this way, we have Ivory Pirates, a little game that lots of people come here to play. If you look in the book, quickly go through that, we would play a lot of matches.
I'm not going through all those.
Here's the arena, where people have come to fight and bet. We've had some pretty good fights. And then down this road, we have the little backrooms game, which I'll never finish. We won't go in there. And then here we have the burger restaurant with more custom food. And then Shaz's Poker. We've had quite a lot of games. And then we have the Poker MVP. Yeah. We have the Poker MVP, me.
Biggest payout. Oh, it's on me.
And then if we continue this way, we have the casino, which is like probably the most.
Which leads us on perfectly to our sponsor! Are you fed up of below average living conditions? can't afford the best hooker in the club. Well, welcome down to the Bounties Casino! Come and try out some authentic slot machines! Or have a go on the Dropper Roulette! Don't forget, no matter the story, every winner's a big winner at the Bounties Casino! Wow, Tom, that was so cool! Don't you just want to go into the casino?
Yeah, and that's why we have a tour. So this is the casino, which I've kind of given up on because it just gets robbed. But it had a good time when it was working. I made a lot of money. People lost a lot of money. That machine doesn't work.
Yeah, it does.
It's empty.
I filled it up.
When?
Like over 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks. It gets emptied in a day, Sam.
Nah, I bet it's still got stuff in it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's gone as empty now.
But yeah, the casino was a great time when it worked. We had this machine, which was a favorite of many. And then I added this machine recently, but I broke it and couldn't be bothered fixing it.
Give us a roll.
Basically the casino.
Give us a roll.
Guess we'll have to play this one, which also doesn't work, but kind of works.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, we won!
Yep.
Yay.
But we didn't because the machine doesn't work.
Dang, guys, you see that casino win? That could be you. Which is why you should go to the Bounties Casino.
And then here we have the bank, which is... It's coincidentally placed next to the casino. Where you can turn your money into ones so you can play more. And then we have the cosmetic shop where you can spend your money that you're going to win. And right here we have Sam, the villager.
I've lost it all. I saw my wife and kids, my prized possessions, and still I don't hit that jackpot. How unfortunate, Sam.
Then finally on Ivory we have the dodgeball. The latest game you can play.
Okay.
With quite 50 pages of games somehow.
That's crazy.
Been a lot of...
And then yeah, if we walk down here, we finish the Ivoria tour, but we can go on to the my next project, which is Skyven, the second island that's been man-built, man-made. This island will be a prison, as you can see by the wall. Recently got finished placing all the sand. And yeah, that's basically it, but there'll be a massive prison here in a couple months. Yeah, and that concludes my tour of my islands.
I think we should wrap up this section with just us taking some drugs. A little drug montage, you know. Bit of meth, bit of shroom, bit of weed.
Coming through now, coming through now, coming through, shake it like it's heat. Hope overdrive. Coming through now. Coming through now. Coming through. Watch where you're going. Overdrive. Flip the downside up to top notch. Whatever haters do. Hot top that. Do it like this. Do it like that. Do it like how we did. But now I do it like what? Got the speed. I ain't trapped. This racket. Determination. Like just imagine things that happen. Except the ass laughing. You go bet. Please gonna keep asking. Losers terribly at de facto. What you don't possess, it's not in stores. I work my ass while you in a bad store. Turning dust to gold, hardcore. Coming through now. Coming through now. Coming through. Shake it like a seat. Overdrive.
Northeast of Rivenside is the imperial nation of Britania, known across the land for its dark and dangerous nights. Comprised of 3 major towns: the capital city, New London, which is the easternmost district, the village of Camalann, and the Fort Camelot.
Hello everyone, and welcome back. We are just going to be taking a quick tour of the whole of Britania, including Camelot, Camalann, and New London, with our lovely guest and host here, the King of Britania, David the Boss, also known as Stephen.
Yeah.
So, alright, would you like to start the tour?
Alright, first off, when you walk in, here is the gate of Britania.
Okay.
Leads straight to the caverns. Alright, let's go up onto this wall. Up the extremely hazardous staircase. Right, as you go along, you shall see a 3x3 wood shack.
Okay.
That is the first house which I lived in for half of the service duration. Very
That is-
historical building.
That is quite some dedication to one hut, you know? It must have been quite complex living in such a tight space there.
Yeah, it was
Such
indeed.
a long time.
Alright, here, as we come around, you can see the bakery with the beautiful,
Okay.
definitely not penis-shaped head roof.
Yep. You
Yep.
know,
And
I've
then
not
if you
heard
look,
a
if you
single
look beyond that,
person who's got a single complaint about the roof of this building.
yep. And if you look a bit further on, you can see the tavern, the old pigeon
Tavern.
tavern, where the roof is completely impeccable, not a single mistake whatsoever, at all.
Yeah, indeed.
Right. Let's come down this way. We'll make our way to the Camelot train station. Very, very flat, no texture
Am I
at all.
to be correct to have I been correctly informed in that this Camelot train station has been rebuilt 3 times?
Perhaps, maybe. Yeah, very, very cozy little train station.
Okay.
Right. This blacksmith's over here. Very nice little blacksmith. Yeah,
Cool.
with
Yeah,
our villagers here.
See?
Yeah. Nothing wrong with these villagers. Right. Here we have our horse pen, our stables. This is where Shaz breeds the strong with the strong.
Yeah.
Very, very
as,
eventful building here.
as people would be informed. Would you like to shout out the ranch quickly?
The ranch. This
Cattle
is all Shaz's creation. He's been breeding cows, you know, as one does.
Yeah. You know, Shad has quite the reputation for breeding animals on the server.
Yep.
Would you say that you sometimes find it hard, you know, living with a man in your nation?
Nah, not at all. We need an abundance of horses. Someone's
see.
got to do the job. Alright. Here we go to the Bank of No, the Endermite's gone. Aw. There used to be a bank teller, which is an Endermite.
What a shame.
That was our bank teller. I guess it died. Very cozy little
I see.
storage
This is
area.
your storage system.
Yeah, before all these item frames are here, it was all a mess. Everything was in any chest. So shout out to
see.
Shaz for fixing that.
Jazz does have quite a history with storage systems. I once got him to organise my storage system on Terraria. He has not touched a storage system on Terraria since.
Understandable. Alright. Let's go into here. This is where we keep our slaves.
I see.
You know.
Would you
just
say
while
that
we
their
started.
living conditions are suitable? Or,
No,
the average
not
of
at all.
Britania?
Not at all.
I see.
We
And
don't talk about those guys in there.
We're just slowly approaching the front gate here.
Yeah, this is the main gate. Don't know who built that there. There used to be a bell in it, but I stole that for my own use.
Right. Let me just get
Yeah.
a good view of the front of Britania.
Yeah.
would
We don't
you like-
talk about this box. We don't talk about this box.
Would you like to comment on the buildings we can see on the horizon just before we work our way over?
Horizon. The ones on the right is the old Camalann village.
Okay.
That is going. That needs to be destroyed. And then as we approach on the left, this is the new Camalann village.
I see.
Let's just walk through. None of this is furnished, so you can enjoy the view from the outside.
Just a pretty sight, currently.
Cozy little village. Quite the vibe, honestly. Here is the Camalann village train station.
Sorry, I was just ringing the bell in the town
Oh.
centre.
Fair enough.
Okay, this is the Camelot Village Train Centre. Okay.
Yep. Nice little train station here.
I see. It must seem that the people of Camelot have very high regards and respect for Thomas
Eridan.
Eridan.
Yeah, we don't talk about our political opinions here. Yeah, we don't talk about political opinions here. Here we have the church, cozy little church. We don't have an established religion yet, so this is just kind of here. Alright. Let's go up this mountain. Oh, it's hunting night. This is gonna be a perfect view. Right, this is the Camalann Hill National Park.
Okay.
Which is the original blossom tree. The blossom biome.
So this is a untouched natural biome. Is what we were trying
Yeah.
to get at.
It's in its original condition. Untouched. We're preserving it.
Let's see. Is there anything up here to see?
There is one thing if I can find it. Over here. There you go. Nice little
This is
gravestone.
Artoria Pendragon's grave.
And then from here you can get a nice view of
of
Camalann
Camalann
village.
Village.
Yeah. And you can see Camalann in the distance, but we don't talk about that.
You
Alright,
got
let's
real
go.
close there, buddy.
Hey yo, I'm feeling a little romantical. Right, let's go. New London.
Do you want to get a nice view of New London from the top of the hill? Just before we go in? New London, not Camelot.
Yeah, go on. No, I was just admiring the view. Oh, you can only see the train station from here, but yeah. It's okay. Right,
Now
let's go.
you can see Shaz's house over there.
Yeah, the distance. Right, walking through the main gates. This needs to be reconstructed soon. So looking at a little blocky.
Does everything in New Britannia need to get? I mean, does everything in New London need to get ripped down? 3 months
Not
after it's been
everything.
put up.
Yes, it does indeed. But yeah, this train station, very nice building. One of my first good buildings here in this city.
You see.
Yeah, very
Uh,
nice.
would you like to have any comments on the significance of its location and what was here beforehand?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Oh, you mean Jacob's house?
Yeah.
We don't talk about Jacob's house.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. We don't talk about the hazards in this train station. Then we got some ticket booths, some chairs. We come around the back. This is where we have the Gregs.
He sells his sausage rolls.
He
Okay.
does sell his sausage roll. We're gonna have a Costa coffee, and here is the WH Smith, but it's not finished yet.
I see.
Yeah,
So the train station currently is sort of like a finished build, but the interior is sort of a work in progress.
yeah. Right upstairs. Here's its platforms. There's 2 platforms here. One leads towards Camelot village, and then the other one I'm still deciding.
Okay.
But this is how it's going so far. Come to this balcony, we can get a view of the center that's unlit. No, you can see the buildings there. No lighting
Look
needed.
very nice.
You can see the contrast between my buildings and Shaz's building, just by the light level. Yeah.
Would you say that Britannia as a whole is a very well lit country?
No comment. Depends who's
Okay.
building. Which is usually me. Then in that case, it's not very well lit.
Would you say that overall all the lighting sort of balances out?
In general, yeah. With how
Okay.
many lightings is there. Now, this used to be where the House of Saber is. You know,
Uh,
it had to get taken
was
down.
there a reason for its destruction?
There was 2 main reasons. First, it was in the way of the development of the city. Second
Okay.
reason is it was ugly as shit.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, we have the horse pen. They have chickens in there as well. Officer Jake Clagan, absolute unit.
Yep. Very well known horse history, Officer J. Clagan.
Yep. Right, now we're heading towards the city. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go look at the Rivenside embassy.
Take a quick look at it.
Yeah.
Ooh, these fountains have some signs on them.
Yeah, it was a gift from Rivenside,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure. From Rothle,
No,
yeah.
fountain and rose donated by Roderick as thanks for Shaz's labour.
Yeah. Very nice little embassy. I think it's empty still though. I don't think anyone furnished it. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean. It's fully furnished inside.
Well, fully furnished, fully furnished.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like inside. It's fully furnished.
Yeah.
Right. Heading towards the city centre. London Square. Right. Here we have a piece of artwork left by Sabby.
Do
Very
you know what
nice.
the current name of the piece is?
No, there was no name. It was just left here.
Okay.
This has a table. You know,
There's a
we don't talk
table.
about what table. The table.
Okay.
Alright, here. first building completed in the city centre has been bought out by Tom. One side is his office, his home, and then inside here we have his furniture and gambling, his plushie machine. Yeah. Very, very nice. Very well decorated. This side's not finished yet. But yeah, this is a nice little building. Second building here is being rented out by Tom. Right.
Thank you.
Here we go. We have more gachas. Here you can roll for some
This is his
Pokemon.
gacha store, it seems.
Yeah, his EVs. Yeah. Very good money maker. Upstairs, we have a few more. Very nice. Right. Now this is Tom's latest project in this building. Let me just get some lights. Yeah.
Ooh.
So far it's just this. But this, from what I've heard, is going to be an insurance company.
Ah.
So we'll see how it goes from here. Alright. Let's go. Third building. This is just completed a bit ago. So far, nothing's done inside, but first 3-story building in London Square.
It is. Would you not
Yeah.
count the building over there as having a third story?
Well, it's not finished.
Ah,
Right.
completed
Yeah,
third story
yeah.
building.
This is a work in progress. So far,
Yeah.
looking alright. Okay, we'll go over here. Here we have the White House.
Okay.
But, it's going to get torn down soon, so, enjoy it while it lasts.
It seems like a lot of your progress on this world cannot be captured due to the frequency of your house tearing down.
Yeah, well, it can only get better, so... we don't need another repeat of House of Saber.
Indeed.
Right, here we have Shaz's house. You
Would
see
you
the
like
abundance of lighting here?
Yeah. The copious
No.
number of lighting.
Yeah. I don't come here often, but it's a cozy little house. He needs to stay well lit during his nap. So
Yeah.
his bed's surrounded by torches. Upstairs we have a cozy little enchantment table. His inner chest.
The old enchantment room. Is Shaz gonna take complaint if you show me around his property?
Nah, I'll be fine probably. There's nothing to hide here, I don't think. And here we have the bath. Nice little bath in here. Very nice. There's one more place I need to show. Almost forgot about it.
Sorry, I just had to close the doors behind me.
Yeah, makes sense. Fair enough.
He's got the fortunacy of not having Sam put pressure plates behind every door.
Alright, as we come over here, we can see the starts to the bathhouse, which has been under construction for, a few months.
Okay.
It's been in this state for like a week now, probably a week or two.
It seems it's got a new door on it that I've not seen since I've last been here.
Oh, not very safe in there.
Okay, I'm
I
really gonna end the
see.
video there, guys.
Yeah.
You know, it was nice having a look around Britania. I hope you all enjoyed. I really enjoyed the tour. Unfortunately, the tour guide has taken fatal injury and will not be seeing us for the rest of the video. I'd like to thank him for his time. I really appreciate him coming to show us around, and we'll be on to the next area. Thank you.
Just across Britannia's harsh border on the south lies the small and tranquil country of Takeshi.
Alright guys, welcome back. It was unfortunate for Steven's death there at the end of that clip, but we're back with Sam and Tom in Takeshi to have a quick tour. Unfortunately, the builder or the people who live in this area are no longer as active as we would hope them to be, so we're going to have to make do here. Alright, let's just have a little trip around.
Wow, it's very artistic.
Oh. Takeshi is a very well-known location for its very poorly done interiors of buildings.
Yeah, they have completed a few though,
Yeah.
such as Jacob's Tower.
This is the marketplace, which leads into their mine.
Yeah, it's a bit restrictive. Like you can't get through a lot of places. There's a lot of gates.
This is their giant temple, which, as said earlier, has no interior.
And this is another giant temple. Now this is pretty much, I think this is the best part of Takeshi. It's Pink Street. This is kind of where Jack or Dogfisher uses his materials.
Ooh.
Even I got a half-eaten cake. This is Pink Street Station here. It's a bit of a tight squeeze to get to the platform, but it does. Now Takeshi actually has its own metro system way throughout the whole place, but we're too lazy, we're gonna run. Nice little bridge. This was meant to be the an even bigger temple or palace or something of such.
Joined right on the border of Britania in the background.
Should get in the minecart. I think this is based on the Spirited Away train station.
This is Cambridge Lake. I believe it's, as Sam said, based on Spirited Away.
Here's some nice wheat fields, nice little windmill.
In the dock. That looks onto Jacob's tree.
Yes, and he has a dock that looks onto the biggest thing on the server, Jacob's Tree, that will probably remain unfinished for years to come.
What a monument.
There's even mobs growing on it.
Alright. Let's head across the river here and take a tour back round the Takeshi main station.
Yeah. So it's still a bit more restrictive, but there is at least you can swim across. The trains connect to here, I think, yeah. This is the end of the line for one of the metro bits. We can just follow this along. It should take us straight back into the main train station for Takeshi. Although it's a bit unfinished at parts. Yep. And you get a nice look onto Rivenside. And then coming in here is the actual train station. Complete with an actual train station map. And 2 platforms, or 3 platforms. So the train will go this way, straight to Riven Central, which you can see in the distance over there. The bridge that connects the 2.
Okay, I'm cutting. Alright guys, we're now walking back into Rivenside to have a little tour with Sam of his little area he calls over here called Little Amsterdam.
Yeah, so now we're coming off the train bridge connecting Takeshi and Riven City. On the right we can see Little Amsterdam, which is kind of a little project I did when I got bored, but it's not very complete and there's not a lot going on. You can come down here, it's like basically Amsterdam but tiny, so that's why it's called Little Amsterdam. It just goes around here. All the houses are slightly different, but basically the same thing. They're all pretty empty on the inside, but they do have floors and stairs. The only building of significance is the cathedral in Little Amsterdam, which doesn't really have an interior, but it's still pretty cool. I based it off a real church in actual Amsterdam. But you probably get a better angle here, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool. This was the first bit of Little Amsterdam. They have a nice little garden if you go through the houses in the middle. With 3 cows for some reason. And a chicken. You can also just get through this way. And then over there is the original fort to protect us from the Camelot scum, which later became Britania. Over that bridge is Camelot, so we built this. It's Tom. And then over this way is the riverfront. And the new development area over here, which is part of the Parliament area. So we come over here, and this is the first bridge that's connecting Volkhov to Riven City. Kind of like a peace bridge after they wage war. Oh yeah, and then Volkhov is from here.
Okay, we'll hand it over to Thrifty.
Volkhov, a town once known for its struggles of freedom in the civil war against Rivenside. Now a peaceful town, and the largest exporter of material goods.
Hello guys, welcome back. I'm here greeted with Thrifty, the leader of Volkhov, also known as Ethan, who is now going to give us a quick tour of his area. So Thrifty, where do you want to start?
I mean, I guess we'll just start with the obvious gaping hole over here. So basically, my idea behind this build was Volkhov is very much an island. It's surrounded by a river on all sides. So I thought I'd lean into the whole water thing and build a dry dock.
Interesting.
And this took me a bit. I had to loan a beacon so I could
Yes,
clear
you
out.
indeed did.
Yeah, I had to borrow one quickly.
As,
Yeah.
as
So-
very well known on the server, everyone comes here to see your giant gaping hole as usual.
That's true. That's true. Big gaping hole. It's a big tourism bonus for Volkhov. Very proud of my gaping hole. But yeah, the whole idea was Volkhov is like kind of in my intention as an export town. So it's an exporter of goods. So it'd export like ships. It would export some other stuff that we'll get over to once we get over there. And yeah, that's the dry dock really.
Nice.
Used a whole lot of deep slate and a whole lot of logs. That's all I gotta say about it. Okay.
Right.
And over this way, yeah, this is sort of like a naval, like how that's a dry dock. This is where the
shipyard.
parts are made. Yeah, like this is where the parts are made for the dry dock for the ships. Pretty basic, pretty simple, a bit bland, but I basically just kind of ran out of ideas of things to build before I finished.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I just wanted something to do to make it seem like I wasn't just standing about doing nothing. Just these standard sort of like log things where you use the rails and stuff to make it look like it's like strapped down, and sort of like a loose assortment. I thought it would look decent to sort of have like a loose assortment of different logs and things. I don't know what this is. I still don't like it, but it's small enough that I don't really care. And like basically, I just build stuff to just have things here. I'm not gonna lie. It was a bit bland.
Doohickeys and contraptions, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're a big lover of doohickeys and contraptions.
I am.
So I don't think it's too bad. So then over this way, there's the the manor. This was built by Thomas, and it is an obnoxious smear on Volkhov's landscape. Built with like some weird bloody blocks that I would never use in Volkhov. Like just like terracotta bricks. Nah. We deep slate and we spruce here. And that's it. Yeah, so this is just the obnoxiously large manor of Tom. We don't need to cover this too much.
Okay.
Here's where Volkhov makes the majority of its main export, wheat. This extends all the way down to the river over that way, over where the rail is.
Would you say that Volkhov has a big competition against Iden that we'll see later in the video?
Well, I'm not sure. Iden does have a wider variety, but I don't think Iden has the population to keep up with the export coming out of Volkhov.
I see.
It does okay, but I think Volkhov has the edge. Over this way is where all of that like wheat is combined and prepared to be shipped off. Just simple little build.
It looks really nice.
Inspiration was taken heavily from other places, but put my own sort of style on it. Then here's another part of Volkhov's exports, the mines, which are definitely OSHA certified.
Yeah.
You gotta believe me.
Wood trust.
You just gotta believe me. Would trust. Safety rulings were those. I just trust my workers enough. But yeah, like these two put here, then they amalgamate over here to the docks, where the main exports are ore and hay, which can be shipped off to other parts of the server.
Have you thought of having any plans or future plans of building some ships around here? It's actually in the water.
I was thinking so, yeah. I built this very questionable canoe.
Bit of a struggle. You know, it could not really be your specialty, you know?
Yeah, it's not really. I can build half ships, as we saw earlier, but apart from that, it's not exactly my strong suit. But yeah, continue doubling back on ourselves a little bit, because Volkhov has a bit of a poor infrastructure, as you can tell by the dirt pathways. You come over into the original sort of, like the original heart of Volkhov. That right now is unfinished. I will not be covering that. It's the start of a shop. That's the idea of that place. This building was originally not this sort of shade. It was changed up by I believe Sam Knight. It's just a villager area. But this building was built by the original inhabitants of this land.
Yeah.
The Crescent Archipelago. But we'll get into that in a minute.
Would you like? Have you got anything to say about them, or like what they
I
brought
wasn't
to
told
Volkhov?
too much about them. The only thing of note is that I believe they left the first beehive ever constructed on the server.
Ooh, how interesting!
Yeah. Which is an item that I might possibly. Oh, whoopsie daisies. But yeah, that'll be possibly put into a museum that I think of building in the next area that I'm currently constructing. Now, we'll have to double back a little bit over this way for a quick second for the train station, which was very politely gifted by the Rivenside government.
Yeah.
This would connect to. This is actually quite a decent connection point. This map is slightly out of date, I think.
I believe this is pretty up to date as far as things stand currently.
Oh yes, that's true. Yeah, it's just okay. Yeah, this map, this railway connects Rivenside to Nulbrook if you head that direction, and the arena up that way.
Yeah.
So hopefully, if fights continue to go in that arena, that'll bring some form of interest into Volkhov. If all goes well, which it hopefully should. Now going back in towards the original heart of Volkhov, there used to be a vanilla village here.
Yes.
Which was then revamped. This church has not moved. This is still where the church was in that original village. I thought I'd keep it there. Very small, humble town square.
Does Volkhov follow the same religion as Rivenside? Or
it does indeed, but as I'm not sure if you covered Bort as of this moment, but I have dual citizenship with Bort, and I don't practice it, but I respect their religion a lot. Volkhov is quite open to other ideas. If
so
people would ever want,
you'd say that Volkhov is a very centralist nation.
You could say that, yeah.
Okay.
But over this way, just to get these out of the way, the main nether portal.
Yeah.
Along with the beautiful colors of Volkhov.
Indeed.
This was surprisingly annoying to build, considering how small it was. The stairs mostly were the issue. I just had to keep switching directions and stuff.
Yeah, they do seem quite tedious.
Yeah, sorry. Apologies about the dirt to my chest room. There's a horse in here. Had to block him in. This is just honestly a bit of a mess. I had one point organized it, but it's sort of fallen into disarray as of recently. But from moving on from there, we're coming over to the original starting point of whenever I joined. I was graciously gifted this land and decided to make it my own with this very simplistic tower.
Yes.
Well, pretty to look at. It holds a lot of significance, I think, in Volkhov. It is the birthplace of everything that's grown out of this place. But now, onto the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
The wall. This will lead over to my new project of Svetlius.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that.
I don't blame you. This pathway, there's soul sand underneath it with soul lantern, or not soul lanterns.
Soul soil.
Soul soil, and there are sea lanterns as well, just to have hidden lighting. Over here is a very much work in progress. So there's mobs spawning, and there's very little around here. The only thing of actual note currently is the beacon. So the beacon, just sort of a water design I thought I'd try. I'm not sure if I love it, but there's time to change it if I'm not a fan.
I quite like the pattern.
Although it can be a reference to a game that was created in Volkhov. It was Volkhov Vaulting.
Ooh.
Which is essentially, you get in a water, use your trident, and on the way back down you try and mace someone. While it isn't exactly a game for the less fortunate, considering it requires not only a trident, but a mace and a decent supply of totems. But hopefully one day, once the server starts, sort of like spreading the wealth equally among the people, there should be, you know, a pretty big market for Volkhov vaulting.
Yeah.
And as of right now, that is all I really have to show.
Right. I'm just. Why don't you just give me a little tour on the way back to the bridge where we're going to cut to the next section then?
Yes, no problem at all. Well, I did miss one small thing, I will say. My small mercenary office.
Oh, you
I
can give me a
was.
tour inside if you want to quickly.
It's not much to look at, but it's a small detail that I thought I would include. I had originally asked the Rivenside government for permission to operate within their borders, and I was graciously permitted that by Thomas. This building used to have another inhabitant of Chicken Man, but he is a no good scoundrel, so I've sort of half kicked him out.
Okay.
I'll see how I feel about it at a later date. And this would be my office. Very small, very
nice.
cramped, but
It's very simple.
we like to stay humble in Volkhov. Here's my permission to operate. I keep it there, so if anyone ever comes and asks, I've got it on hand.
Very wise.
And yes, although it is a copy of the original document, because I don't think it's wise to have the original document on display. And now I'll just start taking you back towards the bridge.
We're just going to cut over here underneath the train bridge.
I see.
Alright guys, I'm gonna thank 50 for that quick little tour of Volkhov and the time he spent to, you know, show us around. You know, can we have some spam thanks 50 in the comments, guys? But yeah, I'm gonna cut back to me, Tom and Sam and tour the temple behind us. Thank you, let's cut to the next section. That concluded the Volkhov tour. And now I'm joined back with Sam and Tom, and we're just going to take a quick tour of the Dark Forest and the subsequent areas around it and inside. Alright, let's go.
Yeah. So over this first nice little bridge I made, we have little signposts all throughout the forest which tell you where you're going. You don't get lost because it's kind of confusing. So we'll start with this way is the temple. The ancient temple is this way. Look, we have a nice little hot springs there. You want a bath? And now we move on to the actual temple.
The temple here was constructed by Tom. I'm not sure he's got anything to say about it or its construction.
Yeah, this is my ancient temple that I spent about a month making. The front is the best part, but the closer you look at it, the worse it gets. Especially if you come at it from another angle. The interior is finished with the nether leaking out of the portal, but the exterior, especially the back, I just gave up because no one's ever going around there. But I hope that one day I can finish it and make it look a little nicer inside.
Mm-hmm.
Added a little bit of lore to the server.
Yeah, there's plenty of little things in the forest for you to see. Yeah, this way is heading towards Riven City or Iden. And funny enough, 575 meters that way is Nulbrook. Yeah. So if you go that way, you end up in the fields of Iden. But if you head this, oh, actually, yeah, let's go this way for a sec. Over here we have, we have Major Rothle. He was killed in action, and he fought in the first Volkhov secession. Yeah, he was commander of the 4th Riven Infantry Division. Killed by the ruthless Volkhovs. Yeah. If we keep going that way, we'll end up in Iden. So we'll head back this way and just check out the Sea of Brook and Tinkertown. As you can see, it gets a bit less dense over here because it's a bit more in construction, not as polished. Yeah, so you come. The path is meant to connect to here. You have a good view of the ancient temple from here, behind us.
Oh. Okay.
And then through this cave, we reach the protected site of the seat of St. Ivan and Brook, which is supposed to be like a pilgrimage, holy pilgrimage for the church. It's meant to be a bit treacherous, but from the top, you are meant to be able to see one of the best views in the server of all the surrounding places. You can see Iden, which we'll get to. You can see Riven City and the Parliament hanging on. You see a bit of Volkhov, the ancient temple, and if you sit on the seat of St. Brook, you should be able to see Nulbrook.
The render distance does not accommodate for that, unfortunately.
And you can also see the little town,
Yeah, the
of
nameless
Clyde.
town.
The Clyde Bank.
Oh.
We'll just drop down. And if we go back through this way, we shall reach Tinkertown, which is famous. Yeah, it gets a bit steep down here. Tinkertown's this way. Yeah, so this is the entrance to the world famous Tinkertown. Everyone comes here, it's kind of like a rite of passage. And they can dunk in the holy water in this trough. There's a nice azalea tree growing, which they would build the village around. And all the houses are actually empty, so it's kind of like abandoned, no one lives here anymore.
It's just yet to be habitated, you know.
Yeah, maybe we'll send a party over to try and repopulate. Anyway, moving down here, we can finally get into Iden. The fields of Iden, the wheat fields it's most famous for. As you come out here, you'll be able to see why. Because there's a lot of wheat fields. Nice little, there's been plenty of water features around Iden. Nice little streams and rivers. They also grow other vegetables though, like carrots and potatoes.
The rare oddity.
Yeah, here's a little trader hut. Nice little creek. Tells you where you're going. This is the hut that's been here forever, since before Iden existed. It will be converted at some point. This well was built on an actual underground water source. The rarity these days. And this path leads you straight to the gates of Iden. And that way takes you back into the forest. But this way takes you straight into Iden. This is Iden's flag up here. It's like the Riven flag, but with wheat. So yeah, you come in, and you can see a nice little stable area where the horses will stay. Right opposite the train station, which is state of the art. It's a direct line to Riven City, and you can choose if you want to go to Volkhov from here or Riven City, and Nulbrook's the other way. This is going to be the markets, town square markets. They have a church over here. It's not got anything in it. And this is the portal house / governance building. which is quite open air at the moment. There is a prison up there at the very top, but who cares? There's a nice little river going on that goes all the way through Iden to the lake, Lake Urich. And then there's just houses everywhere for the people of Iden to live. And that's pretty much Iden.
Bort, a city in Rivenside that goes by the philosophy of being close to nature. Unlike the Riven people that follow the god Jacobus, the Bortites follow the teachings of Bort and his prophet Matteo.
Alright guys, we are going to have a quick tour around Bort now with the Bort Mayor, Matt, aka Gaybun. Okay, would you like to give us a little
Messiah,
tour around?
if you will. Yeah. Okay, I think first of all, I think we need to start over here. Okay. This is it's not really Bort, but it is if you think about it. If you really put your mind to it. The Snort car park, which is empty because all the sniffers were tragically killed and never replaced. So now it's just a desolate wasteland, a reminder of what we lost, really.
Dang.
But you know, it's nice to look at.
Is there any historical reason for this Snort car park existing?
Yeah, actually there is. It's really tragic. It's quite difficult for you to talk about. You know, it makes me emotional. But this kid called Pengler and this other one called Thomas. They ruined my life. They built a car park right in front of my beautiful Bort. They ruined my life. I historically crashed out. I was crying, I was screaming, I was throwing things at the walls, and they were like, fine, I suppose we'll fix it. And so they did, very graciously. They built me the car park, and then the very same Thomas killed the sniffers later on. So I don't know how much he redeemed himself. Quite treacherous.
I see.
Anyway,
right,
here's the beautiful archway.
This is
the first thing I
the
built.
Bort Laws.
Well, they're not here.
I don't see any. Have they moved location?
Yeah, because I had to protect them from people like Chicken Man. Because he just loves to steal, okay? And I couldn't let him get his hands on it. But anyway, as you come in through the Bort archway, the historical Bort archway, we have the information center, recently rebuilt after it was torn to the ground by the same Chicken Man. And it also used to house our deity Bort. And at the back you can see him getting brutally molested. Not a fun memory,
That seems like quite the criminal picture right there. So
would
you say that this Bort information center holds religious significance?
I would say so. I would say this is almost the first temple that was built on Bort.
So it's as if it is a holy site of Bort itself. I see. Okay.
Yes.
Right. Would you like to
behind
move on?
you here? Yeah, we have the Bort Mines. This is where the Department of Archaeology pretty much lives. He spends his whole life in here. It smells like him. The air is thick with his musk. It's a bit intense.
Oh, dang, there's actually a room down here.
Yeah, this was rebuilt recently by Evie, who has recently become half Bortite. After it was torn down by Chickamon. The mines go a long way down. It's just an entire block mined out. Because that's just what Finn likes to do with his life.
Are we gonna head into like the big meat of the build now?
Yeah.
We have a little more tour the outside.
Well, I think we should see the dock and the archaeology site. I think those are pretty important. We've got Kai here, who was previously called Roldo. We have no idea who called him Roldo, but that was his name. And we've also got the lanterns here. Everybody loves the lanterns.
The lanterns do look very nice. It's a lot of,
Thank you.
It gives a very good atmospheric vibe.
Yeah. It really brings the board together. And this is the archaeology site. This is where the Department of Archaeology spends his time. He's building a T-Rex corpse, I suppose, here. And I don't know what dinosaur's in this tree, but it has really long claws, and that's all I know about it. And I don't think it's ever getting finished, but there will be a campsite here at some point, I think. And then we'll go into the big part, the trees, the focal point of Bort, really.
Bort is known for its very luscious and natural landscape.
True. And its beauty, don't forget it. I think we should. Do you want to go up the stairs or the lift?
What do you think, shows the true, thing?
Well-
We could go up the stairs, but, I feel
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think
gonna,
the
like,
stairs are best,
okay, we'll go
though.
up the stairs.
Nah, you gotta see. You gotta get the experience
Just at
of
the
being inside the
sunsets,
tree.
honestly.
Yeah. Got a lot of chest rooms here. They're kind of irrelevant though. I did spend a very long time making them though, but just not worth looking at. And then at the top,
It's
we
as
have.
if it
This
would
is
be
the
more efficient to go up the bubble elevator.
yeah. But you gotta get this outside view.
This is quite the stunning view from here of the sunset.
Exactly. And now imagine you'd miss that. You'd just be so sad. And as you go, this is the welcome tree because it will connect to all of the trees. We only have one other tree, but there will be more. There are different apartments. There's your apartment over here, Thomas's apartment there. We also got a community centre and Natalie's apartment, and she's the one who built the trees. Well, this one. This is a community centre.
This looks like it is quite the
cool
safe
stuff.
space here.
Yeah, there's no risk of falling. Don't even worry about that. There's a bar over here as well, even though most of the citizens of Bort are underage. We do like to encourage underage drinking, which is part of our culture, I think. And then we'll go to the best tree. My tree. Which is also the palace tree. As you can see, we have the Bort flag on top.
Yeah. Would you say it's
landmark.
a very big national pride for a Bort citizen to wave the flag over their house?
No, I don't think Bortites are very patriotic. I think they care more about Bort the cow than they do about the police.
Okay.
But in spirit, I am Bort the cow. So
would you like
This
to
is,
tell me about the significance of the flags around this area?
yeah, this is the Bort council room. So everybody who plays an important role in Bort law or policy, this is where they will meet. All the flags represent the nations at the table. And they each have a different role. Most of them are just representatives from other countries. And then we have a little map room here. All the representatives have their own room as well. So this is the Volkhov representative. And then the Cresent Peak representative.
Very nice.
They get rooms here because they are a hard Bortite. So they're extra cool. And then this is my room because I'm awesome.
Ooh,
and I deserve it.
very lovely.
I didn't interior decorate any of this, but we don't need to say who did. He shall remain undisclosed. And then we do have a room for the Prime Minister as well. And he gets his own little tower because this is the smallest room. And that's the way I roll.
Ah, yes. The Riven
It's a
Prime
single
Minister. It's
Mhm,
fine.
yes.
He's a very humble man, as seen in the previous
Yeah.
interview.
He doesn't have many places of residence. That's why we offered him that one. And then as we come down, my pride and joy, the Bort Museum. This is my favorite building in the server, and it's completely unbiased. Pretty much everywhere in the server has somewhere. All the books recently got stolen for some reason, so ignore that. But yeah, this is where we have the history of all the countries. Actually, there's one here. Wow, that's lovely. And then this over here is the Bort throne room, the most important room. We have the throne where Bort once was, where he was kidnapped from and then
the
killed.
Bort Memorial. Would you like to have a moment of silence, just in the video, to pay respects to Bort?
I think that we
Okay.
should. I think that we should.
Alright.
Yeah, take your hat off. Oh, I think that's enough silence. I don't think
Right.
Bort would like us to continue.
As all, Bort will be missed by everyone, but as all good things must come to an end, we as humans can only be, I don't know,
What can we be?
caused in grief and greed, as Bort is
True,
too good
true,
for
true.
us humans to be able
He was
to
too good.
respect and honour.
He had to be taken away because nobody could respect him. Okay, we haven't got many places left. We have to commit suicide to get to the next place, though. So we got to do some jumping.
Oh, this may be a bit of a challenge for me due to my non-depth strider boots.
Nah. You got this, man. I believe in you. It's just there's a lot of mobs here. A lot of
Would you
spiders.
say
Somewhere
this
I
is a
would
big
defend you.
problem that Bort faces?
No, because I'm awesome and I'll protect the people, and I like to
Okay.
deceive them into thinking that there's no problems. That's the type of grind I'm on. So here we have, this is where the traitor who we believed killed Bort lived. Turned out to be a big old lie.
Okay.
We have a little
took a while for me
memorial
to get in
for her,
there.
though. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle, you know, like it became a bit overgrown. Her remains are on the floor here. I'm not sure why, because she didn't die. I suppose this is just the way we remember her, by making a fake corpse on the floor. I visit it every day, though, and I smell it.
We've bought an eye for an eye, you know. If Bort
Exactly.
was slain, you know, equal retribution must be taken.
Exactly. And this is the temple. It's a work in progress. As you can see, there's going to be a big tree here, but my Department of Archaeology is slacking, and you won't get on to make it. So here we are, with half a tree. But I have been designing the bottom. This is also going to be where the first legal marriage in Bort happens. It's currently illegal to get married, but not for long. We have to wait for the temple. It's the only right way to do it.
This is quite the treacherous trip down here.
Well, I think a lot of things in Bort are quite treacherous. I mean, we've had to jump off quite a few things. It's just kind of the lifestyle. I like to live life on the edge, you know.
Yeah.
So this is it so far. It's very much a work in progress. You know, I've had other responsibilities. It's also been mined out. Some
Just
greedy
before
bastards.
we wrap this up, do you have the Bort Laws on you?
Oh, I don't throw the palace tree though. We'd have to go back.
We're back in the Bort Palace here, and let's just go and take a quick look at some of the laws, and then we'll wrap it up there.
Okay. We have some very influential laws here.
Okay, thank you for your time, Matt. Is there anything you'd like to say to wrap up the section on Bort?
Bort is the best nation in the server, and everybody else sucks, especially the Prime Minister.
Okay.
And that's how it concludes.
Thank you for your time.
Cresent Peak, the penultimate location on our tour today. As the desolate and frozen land would indicate, it is home to very few inhabitants. But one of those inhabitants of which is known as the world's greatest mercenary, the famous Fudgecut 000.
Hello guys, and welcome back. We are now at the location of Cresent Peak, and today showing us around we have Fudgecat000, aka
Hello,
Theo,
everyone.
to be showing us around.
I am the king of this land. So here's our beautiful path. You like lit up around. There's no mobs ever spawned here. Once
That is very nice and reassuring to know, as previous areas have been quite treacherous to be in.
yeah, I've seen lots of areas on the server. They are horrid. I don't like any place that is not lit up to a sufficient standard. Okay, so this is the first building that has been formed in Crescent Peak. It was created on this land the day I entered the server. It's
Okay.
really beautiful inside. We have Fudge,
Looks very
the
lovely.
cat, my bed, my crafting table that I use to craft every item I've ever made. And we have the storage system up there, which is currently unavailable for specific purposes.
Okay.
We exit through this door here. Doors on all sides. Here I have my area of gearing, because I of course have to defend my nation with all my might.
You could call
Very
this a bit of a
important.
shulker box monster.
Yeah, like it's all the resources are managed in their particular boxes, all organized
Is
perfectly.
there would you say that storage management is a you know, a rather
It's
important interest of Crescent Peak?
strong in my heart. Like if you look in the shulkers, like they're organized.
They all seem very organized.
Yeah, this is my one that has fireworks and arrows. I could tell you that. This one has some quartz.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I have all my cherished flags on my wall as well.
Your main
Here's little
building.
guy. I've gathered little guy for marching into war because I need to defend my nation. And Thebes to stroll adventuring across the lands in peace and harmony.
Okay.
The second building that was formed in Crescent Peak is the Snort car park.
We have heard quite a lot over the Snort car park. Is this the one that was previously located in Bort?
Yes, I heard the stories of it being created, and I heard it was going to be destroyed. It was really tragic. So Crescent Peak took on the role of redesigning, building, and cherishing the beautiful car park we have here today. We use this for all our tourism purposes. Like, there's a dumpster.
What an honor it must be to have a national monument in your land.
I know. Like, it was gonna be destroyed. I was like really sad. It was like really sad to hear that this beautiful music that plays throughout the lands was gonna be lost to time. We go upstairs real quick to see the cars that are parked in this car park.
This music is rather grim.
It just shows all the essence. It really shows all the characteristics that the car park would give. The rating is really high, you see. Best car park on the server.
Okay.
It's like 2 cars currently parked in this car park.
This car seems to be very abstract.
I think it's beautiful. Like, you can even enter it. Like,
oh
I
wow,
could drive around.
Amazing.
I know. It's created to like drive around and everything. You've not even seen the redstone part of it yet, but like that's for another day, of course. We have the final building of Crescent Peak coming up. That was here recently. This building over here is Sabby's office, also known as the Sandcastle. Yes.
I see.
Sabby, because you can see it's in the room. No, this is for fishing purposes. Like we can't. Sabby's of course working all day and night, so we have to keep our employee entertained with the fishing like priorities, you know. There's not much more to show in this sandcastle, I don't think. It's just so nice.
Is there anything else you'd like to say before we wrap up this very quick tour of Crescent Peak?
I think that's enough of showing Crescent Peak around. I hope that you've seen how strong my nation is, and no one will ever challenge me, because why would they? Thank you for watching, you know.
Okay, thank you for your time, Theo. Alright guys, welcome back. I'm here back in the Nameless Village, which I have not covered, but we're here to tour the Astolfo Church, which is in the background here. Alright? We'll just have a quick peek around, you know, and have a look inside. So the inside is very lushly decorated with lots of leaves and bookshelves. And here we have the great portrait of, you know, the Lord and Saviour Astolfo. There's a few chains that run up to the bell at the top in case you want to ring it. And obviously it has the Holy Book of Jacobus inside, which was featured earlier in the video. That pretty much concludes the tour of the Astolfo Church, and let's have
Abe.
Sam.
Abe, we're so close to Nulbrook. We can finally see it.
I guess Nulbrook.
Oh, we're
in the
actually so
video.
close to Nulbrook. Come on,
Okay,
come
go
on,
on.
come on. It's only a short walk this way. Go on. Oh my god, we made it! Nulbrook! It's Nulbrook! We finally made it, let's...
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Grand Tour of Varcan. Alright, I'm here to, I've already fucking messed up. Are we doing a retake?
No, that's gonna be in the outtake.
No,
Yeah,
it's
the
fine.
blooper's
I'm gonna
real
have,
on the Blu-ray.
fine, I'm gonna have a director's cut anyway with all the fucking mess ups. I'm in your way.
Fuck. Let's cut this out. Little time lapse.
Oh, I actually missed the jump as well. I was not gonna cut that out, but now I probably am.
What?
Oh, I'm still recording. Okay.
Outtakes, guys. And their love for wheat.
Iden.
They do love their wheat in Iden. They're known for their famous wheat fields.
The Nulbrook office. More editing for me, yippee! I just realised I'm gonna. Oh!
Da, 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 da. You should put some heavy music.
I probably will.
Like zooming in and out and like MLG and stuff.
I don't think I need to. I just need took some.
Illuminati.
I just need took some fucking shrooms. Instantly got nausea, bro. They're not gonna eat any more shit on that. Okay.
This was my first home for the first half of the service duration.
So would you say that this has, you know, a religious
Very
significance?
historical meaning. It's very
I've just
historical.
realised that my Discord notification's on, and it just like Discord notification's on, and it just like made a ping sound, and I'm like literally fucked. Do you want to restart or not? I'll turn
Okay,
myself
let's
on Do
go.
Not Disturb.
Let's go.
Fuck. Okay, we're rolling
He was
now.
the only
It's fine,
person who
I'll
gets
cut
the
it.
witnesses. Okay. How do I
Okay.
even start, bro?
Come on, just look, stand next to me. Come on, I'll do the introduction.
Okay.
Flint and steel, chicken jockey, I am Steve, I am Steve, I am Steve, I am Steve. 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 I am